All right, everybody joining us on Facebook, YouTube, and X. This is Valleywide News, breaking news and events here and across the valley. We just wanted to bring everybody all up to speed. Also, those of you joining us on Citizen, we've already briefly spoke. Just so everybody knows, there is a vehicle rollover crash right there in your screen. Those of you who are on all the platforms, you could see just in front of that fire truck is the rolled over vehicle. This rolled over vehicle is in connection with a police pursuit that was happening on the 202, DPS in pursuit of a vehicle on the 202. Apparently they shot at DPS officers, at which point they exited and crashed apparently here on Williamsfield. This is what we're understanding so far, and we're trying to get more details. Stand by, everybody. All right, everybody. So once again, if you join us on Facebook or YouTube, whichever, or X, I just want to let you know that, again, you could see that where those headlights are, that is where the vehicle that DPS were in pursuit of crashed right there. You could see the vehicle is rolled over. It's hard to see, truthfully, on Citizen, but if you head on over to YouTube, do us a favor also. We're independent media, and if you subscribe there, ring that notification bell. We'll bring everything local and around Phoenix area, all the breaking news and events here. I can tell you right now, you can see the vehicle. One of the fire engines just moved. You could see right there where the vehicle is rolled over. Again, this was started as a police pursuit on the 202 that ended in shooting, and they rolled right there. All right, everyone. So once again, just so you know, those are some people passing by. If you're trying to come Williamsfield westbound, it is shut down. They are diverting you to go onto the highway. So if you do not want to go on the highway and you're trying to go westbound towards Santan Village, it's probably best to go ahead and turn around before you get to the 202. This is going to be closed for quite some time. Again, those of you just joining us, this is breaking news here on Williamsfield Road. As we understand it, and a great partner of ours and friend, A2X Media, let us know of this. This was a police pursuit on the 202. Apparently these AX2 Media, my apologies, I always say it backwards. AX2 Media, he is great and let us know exactly what was going on here. We appreciate him for that. Those of you on Citizen, I can tell you this. It was a pursuit on the 202, as we understand it. DPS was in pursuit. At that point, apparently the vehicle being pursued shot at DPS. They shot at DPS, at which point there was a rollover crash, and this is what the result is as we understand it right now. We're not sure if the suspects are in custody or whatever the case may be, but I can tell you this. The police presence going down Williamsfield right now goes way beyond Walmart and the Santan Village area. So if you're coming down Williamsfield, once again, do yourself a favor. If you don't want to go on the highway and divert around, just before you see where you're starting to see come up on the 202, go ahead and make a U-turn, because entire westbound on the Williams Field is completely shut down. Tremendous and large police presence here on the scene. And this will be closed down, obviously, for some time. You could see the vehicle sitting on the side of the road there. Again, this was a pursuit that ended in a crash. We're working to get as many details as possible. Bear with me just a moment. So again, we appreciate everybody joining us. If you know anybody that lives in the Gilbert area and is anywhere in the Williamsfield area and trying to head westbound, if you see us on Citizen and you happen to be driving and wondering what's going on, unless you want to get diverted onto the 202, it's best to make a U-turn before you come this way going westbound towards Santan Village. The entire westbound lanes are shut down. It was a police pursuit that they shot at DPS, which resulted in a crash, and this is the end result right now. An extremely heavy police presence, again, going all the way past the 202 in Williamsfield. It looks like, as far as I can see, and I'm stepping off just a few, it looks all the way just past the Walmart and the Santan Village where you'd make a left there. That whole area is completely covered in police vehicles. Again, heavy police presence, best to avoid the area if you can. Westbound shut down. If you know anybody in this area, do us a favor, share it out. This is obviously going to be shut down for quite some time, being that these suspects did shoot at DPS while they were in pursuit of this vehicle. So, which obviously again resulted in a crash. Do us a favor, if you're on Citizen, we'd love to have you subscribe and ring that notification bell on Valleywide News on Facebook, YouTube, or X. Follow us on YouTube, we'd appreciate it. Subscribe on X. And as well, you could subscribe to our YouTube page. It would help us tremendously, and we truly appreciate it. We're independent media, so all your support goes right as through supporting by subscribing. Our best to try and figure out and get more details. Stand by, everybody, while we're doing some technical work here in the background. Again, those of you, I see a lot of people coming down Williamsfield. If you have Citizen and you're getting this alert and you don't want to divert onto the highway, a lot of people obviously might want to go on the highway, but if you're coming westbound on Williamsfield and do not want to go on the highway and you were headed towards the Santan Village or westbound, right at the 202, they are having to go actually onto the 202 as a detour. Again, bring everybody up to speed. As we understand it, police pursuit that's in pursuit of a vehicle. That vehicle, in turn, decided it was to shoot at DPS officers. Obviously, still DPS in pursuit. This vehicle crashed out and is what we believe to be the vehicle that was being pursued. It was police pursuit on the highway, and they shot at DPS, and apparently they crashed out right there on the left and rolled over. Right, yeah, you got it. All right, everybody. So, once again, sorry about that. Our mic battery died, but we are back. There were a couple of dropouts there. I can tell you again, those of you trying to drive westbound on Williamsfield Road, if you do not want to go on to the 202 coming westbound on Williamsfield and you were headed towards Santan Village or Walmart using Williamsfield, it's probably your best bet to make a U-turn. You will only be able to be detoured onto the 202 coming westbound. I can tell you that this was a police pursuit on the 202. DPS in pursuit of a vehicle. That vehicle, in turn, shot at DPS. And in doing so, with DPS still pursuing, they crashed, and it looks like that is their vehicle. We're going to try and determine. I know they hit another car. It looks like hopefully that vehicle is okay, but the rollover crash is in fact the vehicle that was being pursued, possibly, as we understand it. We're trying to get more details. Obviously, we can see what looks to be a yellow tarp. We're going to try and see exactly what's going on there. Again, we're just getting here on the scene about 15 minutes ago. We're going to try and see, hopefully no DPS officers were injured in this pursuit. Obviously, you can see another DPS pickup truck coming off the highway on to Williamsfield right now. Again, just so you know, hang on. Just so you know, this was a police pursuit that ended in a crash. These people, the car they were pursuing, that DPS was pursuing, shot at DPS officers. And as a result, they crashed and rolled over here. So westbound Williamsfield, again, is completely shut down. So if you were headed towards the mall, the Santan Village Mall, or Walmart, it's probably best to turn around. Otherwise, you'll be detoured onto the 202, in which you'll have to go around. This will be closed for a number of hours. I can tell you from as far as the eye can see, where I'm standing from my vantage point, there is a large police presence at this time. Obviously, there's going to be the police investigation and a lot more going on. DPS obviously has more units en route while they do their investigation. You can see right there, looks like an unmarked unit just coming down Williamsfield. All right, everybody just joining us on Facebook, YouTube, X, and we're also on Citizen. I can tell you, just to bring those up, we have a lot of people viewing on our Citizen app. If you'd like, we have a much better quality video. We can only do it so much on the phone, but we're live on YouTube. We'd love for you to subscribe, ring that notification bell so you get any notifications of incidents that happen here in the Arizona area. What you're looking at in the distance there, that vehicle is a vehicle that was being pursued by DPS on the 202. They, at one point, shot at DPS officers. Hopefully no DPS officers were hurt in this incident. But as a result, they rolled over and crashed here. As we understand it, there was another vehicle involved, but apparently it's not as bad as what you're seeing right there. Most likely that is the vehicle that was being pursued and it rolled over. So again, Williamsfield Road, Westbound is completely shut down. You'll be detoured onto the 202. And if you don't want to be detoured onto the 202 and you were headed towards Santan Village and so on, you're probably best to make a U-turn and take the back road towards Walmart. You could take Pecos down to Walmart and take the longer route. This road on Williamsfield westbound will be shut down for quite some time while an investigation takes place. Obviously, we've got a police pursuit that happened, a shooting towards DPS officers that also happened, and as a result also a rollover crash here on Williamsfield. All right, everybody, we're starting to see news helicopters up in the air. I can tell you this again, we're trying to get some more details. Again, we're hoping that no DPS officers were injured in this crash or in this pursuit. As we understand it, police were pursuing it, and they shot at DPS officers, at which point they crashed and rolled over right there on the southbound side of Williamsfield Road. So if we see a lot of people coming westbound. If you're coming westbound, I can tell you right now, you're best to turn around before the 202, because this is going to be shut down for a number of hours. We got a tremendous police pursuit presence here on the scene. Again, we have a large police presence as far as the eye could see, way past the Walmart entrance area. Again, this was a police pursuit on the 202, and they were headed north on the 202. I hope I'm getting my directions correctly. Actually, they were headed east. They were they headed down the 202, and DPS was in pursuit of this vehicle. At which point, the vehicle they were pursuing started shooting at DPS officers. At some point, the vehicle being pursued looks like they tried to exit and crashed and rolled over there on the left-hand side from what you're seeing. It's a white vehicle laying on its side right there. Now obviously we're seeing some yellow tarp. I don't know if that means there is somebody deceased here on the scene or what exactly that might be. It's hard to see from our vantage point. Obviously, we cannot get any closer. Westbound will be completely shut down for a number of hours while this investigation takes place. Again, we are Valleywide News, breaking news and events here and across the valley, independent media. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, and X, as well as Citizen right now. If you're on Citizen and you want to see a closer, much better quality video, we'd love for you to go over to our YouTube page, click the subscribe button, follow us on there, and ring that notification bell. We truly appreciate it. On Facebook, do us a favor, search Valleywide News, click follow. We'd also appreciate that as well on X. Any kind of support by simply clicking that button is a tremendous thing for us. We truly appreciate it. Everybody joining on Citizen. Wow, what a night we have here. Police pursuit ends in a rollover crash just off the 202 here on Williamsfield. And hopefully, again, we're going to do our best to find out if any DPS officers were injured. We definitely hope not. We understand they did hit the vehicle that was being pursued, did hit another vehicle. Hopefully, those people will be okay. Our thoughts and prayers are with them as well. Again, Westbound will be shut down. You could see the lights as far as the eye can see. It is pretty extensive backup and a lot of police presence. So if you're coming westbound, I see a lot of people coming still westbound. If you're hearing us or see this on Citizen and you don't want to go on the 202, unfortunately, just a few minutes ago, we had a young lady that was extremely scared to go on the 202, and she lived straight down the street. Unfortunately, she had to go on the 202. They forced her to go on the 202 rather than make a U-turn. So again, avoid this area if you can. This police pursuit ended in a rollover crash here on Williamsfield in Gilbert, Arizona. All right, everybody. Those of you just joining us, we truly appreciate it. Stand by. We got. Let's try and adjust the camera here. Those of you just joining us, we're on Citizen, Facebook, YouTube, and X. Valley News, breaking news and events here and across the valley. Currently, we're on the scene here, just on Williams Field, just off the 202 here. A police pursuit on the 202 via DPS officers. As we understand it, DPS was shot at by this pursuit vehicle, by the vehicle they were pursuing. Looks like they attempted to exit off of the 202, at which point they crashed and rolled over here on Williams Field. We hope, and our thoughts are with DPS, and hopefully we're trying to find out. Obviously, being here on the scene is tough to do so, but we're trying to find out if any DPS officers were hurt as a result of being shot at by this vehicle. Again, we are just off of Williams Field and the 202. If you're headed westbound on Williams Field, I can tell you right now that you will not be able to make a U-turn right here at the 202. You will be detoured to go onto the 202 only one way. So if you're coming westbound and I see a lot of lights coming and you do not want to go onto the 202 and you were just headed to Santan Village or Walmart via Williams Field, if you can make a U-turn at that light just before the 202, it's best to do so. Otherwise, you're going to be detoured onto the 202 to go around. This will be Williams Field will be shut down for quite some time. Obviously, while there is an investigation, of a pursuit investigation, police were shot at as well. So obviously, for a number of hours, this will be closed down. You can see all the police, those of you on YouTube, Facebook, and X, you can see all the lights, plenty of police. There's a huge police presence here on Williams Field, all the way as far as I can see, past Walmart and so on the one side there. Again, a wild police pursuit on the 202 ends in a rollover crash here in Gilbert, Arizona.